Good morning. Happy New Year. People don't know. Uh, Recovering from being sick from COVID. Wasn't anything like before. Just the body aches, all that weird shit. But we back. I'm back. Had a lot of family, a lot of loss, a lot of heartache, a lot of changes. This year, I mean, the last couple of years, life in general, um, this shit is unforgiving. Um, it is. It's unforgiving. There's no easy way to everything is gonna be all right. Look, I'm I'm not gonna tell people that. You know, we'll see what's gonna happen. That's how shit is right now. Because to be honest, the future's not a contract. Like that shit is still in negotiations. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't guaranteed that. Um, the world has us desensitized to everything right now. Death, loss, all of it. I mean, yeah, it's it's crazy. But at the end of the day, we have to stay vigilant. We have to, you know, you got to stick to your guns. You got to stick to your priorities. You got to stick to what matter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if shit feel wrong, just don't fucking do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those is my rules. Like, you know, if shit feel wrong, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Say exactly what the hell you mean. You know what I'm saying? Say what you mean. You know what I'm saying? Uh Stop being a fucking people pleaser. You feel me? Stop being people pleasers. You know what I'm saying? Trust your fucking instincts. You can always win by trusting your instincts. You never lose that way. Never speak bad about yourself. If you out here doing you and feeling good about what you're doing, don't speak bad about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that shit, don't let it, you know what I'm saying? Don't let that shit like push you, you know what I'm saying, in a negative way. You know, Also, never give up on your dreams. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, what else? Don't be afraid to say no to people and let go of what you can't control because at the end of the day, you not in control of the grand scheme of things. You only control of your bubble and only by a small fraction. You feel me? So keep all of that in mind. You know, this is just things that I'm gonna do going forward. I gotta take as much of my advice, my own personal advice, as I give. You know, like I said, if you're new to the channel, this is just an inspiration vlog, a life vlog, a just really a take into my life and the daily things that I go through. And this is really just, for my kids and family members, just people who need this information. And if anybody else, sees anybody else that need it, they can share that information, share the video with them. I'm more than happy with that. But at the end of the day, I'm not doing this for notoriety. I'm not doing it, monetarily. I'm not doing it for clout or whatever. Like, I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for my kids. This is free therapy. This is a good way to vent, to get your thoughts out. and it's a healthy way to process your feelings and your emotions, you know, in a positive environment. I think, this works for me. I don't know what works for everybody else. I can't speak for everybody else. Um, you know, but all I can say, one of my biggest things is, that I've learned over the last year, because last year was challenging, is that discipline will take you places that motivation can't. And what that means is, by staying on top of what you want to stay on top on, by keeping yourself and keeping your mind trained and focused on the goal at hand. That's that's the biggest that's the biggest thing you can do for yourself, is to have that discipline. Because with discipline, everything else, realistically, you might not know this, but everything else falls into place. It just does, you know. And I'm a firm believer in, teaching, learning, all of that good stuff. Don't have this phone and don't have this stuff in your hand, and not be here taking advantage of this stuff. You know, don't be around here like really really looking at life for what it is. What about what it could be? What about, when you were doing great, and what about what it was? You know, we have to change that. We have to change our mindset. And that's the hardest thing. Um, Art really translate into life, and I always use this Matrix reference. And it's it just seems to be more real now than it's really ever been, because you know when you find yourself having those deja vu moments, like, I've done this before, when it seems repetitive and stuff, that is a sign that you are in a what do you call that? You are in a long-term routine at some point, because something has come back around that you've done, and you forgot that you did it, and it's such a regular, normal occurrence that you think is deja vu. No, you were stuck in this daily loop, play by play, and your brain has you thinking that it's a moment that ain't never happened. No, you did this shit before. You know, you stuck in a rut. It's your mind telling you, it's the matrix telling you to get yourself out of the rut. Stop doing that. Change what you're doing. Redo what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Change it up. It's okay to change it up. You know? It's okay to want to be different. Reinvent yourself. You can always do it. You can always improve. You know, you can always be better. At what cost, though? You know, it costs a lot. It costs time, effort. You know, I read something earlier in the year. It was like, you want to have a meeting with JayZ or 500K, and I was like, had a JayZ conversation or 500K, and I'm like, eh. Before I was like, that meeting with JayZ, because I figured, he has something to say that could be just millionaire advice to me and stuff. But the reality is, JayZ's advice is for JayZ. JayZ's advice ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fucking billionaire. Like, that shit don't apply to me. You know what I'm saying? It's his methods. That shit don't apply to me. His foundation don't apply to me. JayZ ain't been like me in fucking forever. So you know, I take that 500K. I took that 500K because I used to have my boards and stuff up, and office is under renovation. So, um, you know, in a few weeks, this will be the masterpiece. This will all be finished. Um, but it's it's all about mindset. I was in a mindset before to where, I was like, oh, somebody else can tell me what I need. The reality is nobody else can tell you what you need. People can give you information and guide you and give you insight into things to make you open your eyes to things that you already know, or give you some new views to make you make better informed decisions. But no one can exactly tell you what you need. No, because they don't. They can't. You know what I'm saying? But people do. Every fucking day. They do. People tell people what they need to do. And the reality is they don't do the shit they sell. So, again, stop taking advice from people that aren't qualified to give you fucking advice. Even me. Like, if you feel like, what the hell does Reese know about that? Stop listening to me. Don't follow me. Don't listen to. This doesn't help you. This ain't for you. If I rub you the wrong way, turn this shit off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not for everybody. I'm perfectly okay and fine with being in my bubble the way I am. I'm completely fine with it. Trust me. You should be too. Because once you can be fine with once you can be fine with being good with being alone by yourself, the rest of the world is easy. It's like this. My mindset right now feels like this. Like nobody can tell me shit. It feels like this. Like I feel like when I walk out in public, like I'm walking around naked. That's how I feel in my mind. Like I don't have a care in the world. Like I'm free. Like no judgment. Like I don't give a fuck how a person look at me, what they gotta say, nothing. Because this shit don't matter. That's how comfortable I am with me. That's how I feel in my mind because I'm free of these chains and these shackles that control us. What controls people? Money, the fear of disrespect, people talking shit about you, social media, all of this shit that, people think are real life problems are not problems to me today. My problems are things that are physical, like my health and stuff like that. My problems are real life issues. My problems aren't, manufactured issues by the fucking metaverse or by fucking social media, by the by the second life bullshit. I don't have issues that way. Some people do, you know. It's it's a different feeling to wake up and not be a slave to that machine, be a slave to that system, be a slave to that bullshit, you know. Hopefully, you know, this I always feel like this. This information is always going to reach the people it's supposed to get to. That's how the universe works. You know, I woke up today. I didn't have a plan on doing a video. I had no thoughts about doing a video. It's just like something was like, just put this out there. Let's get back on our game. You know, I got 368 days to the goal that I have set in my head for my next big venture and stuff. And you know, venture this next thing is gonna be amazing. So I'm not really listening to outside noise and any of this stuff because moving in silence is the best thing you can do. When people aren't hearing from you, when people are wondering what you're doing, when people say to those other people, man, that's a name I ain't heard in a long time, and they talking about you, you are doing exactly what you were supposed to be doing. Especially if you elevating yourself on a everybody don't need to know what you doing. Trust me, they don't. That's the beauty of life. I've always loved the art of surprise. I can remember being 16 years old and walking to work and coming home and all this nonsense and all of this goofy shit. And then one day, I just popped up with brand new $10,000 wardrobe, new car, pocket, all of this shit. And it didn't happen overnight. All of this stuff was in motion for like a year, but it just looked that way. That's how the world perceives it. You know what's going on. Everybody else don't need to know every step you make, every move you make. They don't need to know that stuff. You know why? That's your map. That's your roadmap. That's your blueprint. You do you. I'll never give YouTube step by step, play by play of what the hell I do all day, every day. That's dumb. Shit don't matter. You know, we ain't here for tutorials and self-help and stuff. You know, I get on YouTube to find out, you know, how to fix a leak or, punch a hole in the wall and change some, that's how to improve yourself, how to be better, things like that. But I'm not on here looking for like roadmaps to the next get rich quick scheme. You know why? Because that shit don't exist. Everybody's roadmap and blueprint ain't for you. You can follow some of it, but at some point you will come at a fork because that shit ain't laid out for you and it's gonna pose a problem. When it ain't laid out and put together for you, it's never gonna work. You know, you can make some things work, but it'll all come crashing down. You gotta put that shit together. You gotta have your whole heart in everything you doing, or it's gonna be half-ass. You know what I'm saying? It just will be. I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna waste energy this year. I'm not gonna waste energy anymore. You know, wishing people would change and do better and shit and all of this stuff. Yo, do you? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't. I gotta worry about what's going on over here because, like I said, this life ain't guaranteed. This shit could be over tomorrow. You know. What did you do today to make sure your family was set up for tomorrow? There's people around here that are gonna fucking die today, and they're gonna leave their family worse off dead than alive because they're not gonna be able to fucking. Their family ain't gonna be able to bury them because they didn't do the responsible thing by having a life insurance policy or just having themselves set up to take care of themselves. And I mean, that comes about because of the situations and the things that I've dealt with. But I'm just saying in general, like, these are things that people don't think about. Even with the pandemic going on. Even with the pandemic going on. People think that this $15,000 life insurance policy they got through their employer is gonna take care of their family when they gone. That is no fucking money. That money will last like 2 months. That is no fucking money, okay? And first off, when you get that money, when that money comes, you don't even get that money directly. You don't get that money like a person don't die, they cut you a check, and then you can go take that money and go pay for this funeral. That's not how that shit work. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it work. That bread is sitting off in escrow, and you got to fight for that money and get that shit later. But somebody got to have that cash up front. So what happens? The burden falls on the family or whoever's got to take care of it, and that's what happens. So, word to the wise. Hey, people, take care of your shit. Make sure that, you got everything set and you got your P's and Q's in line. My sister had her shit set. You know what I'm saying? My family members and other people, they had their shit. A lot of people had their shit set. But I know a lot of people, they out here, they gotta sell t-shirts and dinners and shit to pay for funerals, and it's crazy. Because as a people, we don't know, we value other things over, value everything over death. I'm just saying, nobody's prepared, nobody is really prepared, to die, but, you can be ready and, and set up for it, but I didn't want this to be eerie. I'm just venting, y'all. But prepare yourself for this shit. I just don't. I don't know. I overheard somebody say like, you always one decision away from a totally different life. Think about that. Let that sink in. You are always one decision away from a totally different life. Always. What that means is, good or bad, you could be in a bad relationship, and people always say the easiest thing you could do is just leave. But that's also the hardest thing you could do. But that's one decision away that could change your life, for the good or the bad. You could be at a job that you like, but that job that you love could be right there. You one decision away from, you see what I'm saying? And it's always like that, always. You just have to be receptive and have your mind open and really be paying attention to the things around you to know that, to be grabbing at these opportunities when they come and they present themselves. I can look back and see a few that I miss, but I see more that I took advantage of and I grabbed a hold on to, and I made it work. So all I'm saying for 2022 is love yourself first. Don't get caught up by the bullshit. Live for today. Be prepared for tomorrow. Set yourself up for the future. But don't treat this shit like it don't matter, because it matters. Life matters. People matter. I mean, we get desensitized to this stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all love. And I love everybody. So I don't even have enemies anymore. You know, I because of all of the stuff that's happened, like I made some phone calls and really sat down on some bullshit and you know had some conversations with some people and squashed some things. So how they say, all the ops stay safe, everybody good. There's a couple people that I had them banned and they couldn't come back to this state, but they can come home now. It was just a lot of weird things and stuff from past life and street shit, and I'm a grown up now and you gotta let shit go, but you know you have to evolve to get to that next step. And I had to figure out why I couldn't get to my next level. you know you feel like you feel like you good and you leveled up and you see your next phase and stuff, but it's like I can't get here. Something, I'm stuck right here and I'm just trying to bridge over and stuff, but you can't I can't carry this baggage. I can't carry the weight of this old shit. You know, I'm trying to be a different person, but I'm still pulling this other shit around. I gotta let this shit go. I gotta let this old shit go so I can move to this new shit. You know, and I gotta be real about it. I gotta be real. Like, look, you know, I really gotta be real about it. God no, we you know what I'm saying? And because my sister died, I gave a few people a pass, and I just let them know that, you can value your life again. Because I had a couple people that I was really, on some other shit, and but it is what it is. But nevertheless, people don't always know who you are. You gotta understand. I'm a street dude first. I'm Maurice first. I'm a street dude first. It's a lot of shit that, you know, people don't know about me. I'm a hustler. So, you know, I had to survive a completely different way. And, lo and behold, I escaped jail and all this other stuff, but I just I can't say, what's my niche. I fucking know how to get it. That's my niche. I know how to fucking get it. I know how to not be hungry. I know how to not starve. I know how to not be fucking broke. That's my niche. I don't I don't I don't have a niche. What did God say? Put me in the what did Jesus say? You know, you reap what you sow, man. Like, you really just you get out of this life what you put into it. I mean, I know that I've made decisions in my life that I have to answer to, and I know that I've asked for forgiveness for decisions and things that I've done in my life, and I feel confident in knowing that I'm in a better place, and me and God have a great relationship, and that life is different, and this shit means more to me today than it did yesterday. Every day is gonna be different. You're not gonna wake up every day and be at your best. You just gotta try to push, and you gotta try to give it your all, and that's really all we can do. You know. So with that being said, stay blessed, stay woke, stay alive. You know what I'm saying? But stay grinding, because it's more to life than what you know today. Trust me. Love y'all. Be safe.